Mayor-elect Elicker, would you repeat after me? I, Justin Elicker, solemnly swear
I, Justin Elicker, solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
perform the duties
of
the office of the Mayor of the City of New Haven
the office of the Mayor of the City of New Haven
to the best of my ability and according to law,
to the best of my ability and according to law,
and that I will at all times
and that I will at all times
strive to use the power entrusted to me
entrusted to me
as such officer for the best interest
of
the City of New Haven. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Hi. Good afternoon. A lot of talk about change in 2020, and there's definitely some change today, and not to get too political, but I'm hopeful there might be some change at the end of the year too. Thank you, Natalie and Sebastian, our MCs from New Haven Academy. You know, a lot of people talk about how the youth are our future, but these two are our today. And by the way, they're also the co-founders of New Haven High School Democrats, and I hear they're looking for some new members. Thank you to the Fairhaven K-8 singers, Vera Choir, Teddy Brown, Jordan Watson. You're right, they're stealing the show. So inspired by your music, so thank you so much. Thank you for the inspiration from our clergy for agreeing to be here and to help us take a moment to think deeper about our city and the work that we have ahead of us. Thank you to the distinguished oath administrators for making this day memorable as well. Thank you for the incredible city departments too. You have no idea. The only person that has any idea is Barbara Sigaloff. You have no idea how much effort it takes to put this event together, and in particular the New Haven Fire Department, Police Department, Health Department, Traffic, Transportation, and Parking Departments, New Haven Public Schools. Thank you. Thanks to Glenn Worthy, the principal of James Hill House High School, for welcoming and hosting us here today, and to the Hill House Junior ROTC for starting us off. So I appreciate all of the effort that's gone into this, and I ask you to join me in a round of applause for the inauguration committee, in particular Barbara Sigaloff. It is not easy to organize this event. Thank you. Senator Blumenthal, Congresswoman DeLauro, Lieutenant Governor Bysowitz, President Walker Myers, honorable members of the Board of Alders, City Town Clerk Smart, President Darnell Goldson, Dr. Joyner, I presume you're here somewhere as well, honorable members of the Board of Education, Dr. Tracy, the two chiefs, Mom, Dad, my in-laws, Angie and Dave, my cousin Christy, who came from California, Natalie, Molly, and April, and everyone else here. Did I forget anyone? Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. If you're here, it's because you care about New Haven. We know, of course, that there are countless others like that who are not here today, who also love this city. And I know, as I take a few minutes of our shared time today to talk about New Haven, where it's been, where it's going, and what it needs, that I'll be preaching to the choir. You know we're in this together, or you wouldn't be here. You know this city as I know this city, and you care about this city as I do, or you wouldn't be here. So if you learned something today, if you're inspired by anything today, please take that back to your community and spread the word. I'll be taking a few minutes to describe our New Haven, which is as much yours as it is mine, as it is to the people who have grown up here and flown out into the wide world, and to those who are yet to come. Let's reflect on that for a moment and parse it out. Consistent with worldwide trends, the people who call New Haven home have always been in flux since European settlers took this land from the Quinnipiac tribe. With the changes in people come changes in the use and industry of the city. The Quinnipiac worked and thrived on the land. Early European settlers brought international commerce, including vast shipping industry that used our harbor. The Industrial Revolution beaconed rural Americans to our city center. New waves of European immigrants generated churches, pizza, the hamburger, and a charity hospital. Black migration from the South, looking for work and for a new life, built neighborhoods and culture. And in more recent years, Latinx newcomers also built neighborhoods and enriched our art and our culture and community. And today, our Middle Eastern and Arab communities are finding their place in the fabric of this city. Like these newcomers, I was also one time a newcomer to New Haven, as was my wife, Natalie. Does being a newcomer mean that you don't belong, that you can't love a place and its people? Of course not. Natalie and I hope that our children who were born here also feel that they belong and love this place and its people. We're a city that celebrates the new and the old, the visitors and the homegrown. But with history as a guide, we should anticipate and expect that as global forces shift who lives here, there will always be changes in how we live, work, and govern. And change can be hard, but we're in it together. Toni Harp was also a newcomer to our city at one time. And then she dedicated over 30 years of public service to our city. And for that, she must be applauded. For the last 6 years, she served as our mayor, and being mayor is not an easy job. Although for the last 4 minutes, it hasn't been too bad for me. But I'm sure there's many challenges that are coming ahead. Despite the job presented her with many challenges, Mayor Harp took on the job with passion and dedication. She worked hard to invest in young people through USTAT and by ensuring the recreation of the Q House. She dedicated time and resources to communities in New Haven who felt they hadn't been listened to in decades. Mayor Harp cared about those who felt they didn't have a voice, and I admire her for that. I'd ask you to join me now in giving a round of applause for Mayor Harp and the impact she's had on New Haven. And now, as we enter this new decade, New Haven is again experiencing great change. We're growing rapidly, at a pace not seen since the 1920s. 84% of the U.S. population lives in urban areas today. By 2050, an estimated 89% of the U.S. population is projected to live in urban areas. And as we've seen, New Haven is experiencing this phenomenon too. Since 2014, the city has added more than 1,000 new rental units, with more than 4,000 more under construction or in planning stages. The city's most recent estimates are that our population has grown from about 130,000 residents just a few years ago to 133,000 today. Incidentally, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, because I see the Lieutenant Governor here, that the census is coming up, and just like she is doing hard work to make sure every resident in this state is counted, we will make sure every resident in New Haven is counted. This growth presents an incredible opportunity for New Haven. To try to stem this tide or insulate our city from this trend would be impossible and irresponsible. For the survival and the success of our city, we must lean into this wave and create an environment in New Haven that encourages growth. But we must not be passive observers of this change. We've got to ensure that the growth benefits every single person in this community. As we harness this tremendous energy, new investment, rapid growth, and increasing momentum, we must ensure it carries everyone higher. We will grow by welcoming outside resources and people, and we will grow from within. Inclusive growth, equitable growth, so that every New Haven resident has the opportunity to thrive. 1, housing. We must ensure that New Haven residents have more options for safe, clean, and healthy, affordable housing units. Nearly 1/3 of New Haven residents spend over 50% of their income on housing. Now is the time to prioritize the creation of affordable housing. And as so many of you know, what we often call affordable isn't affordable to everyone. We must have new, deeply affordable housing units. My administration will prioritize holding bad landlords accountable and ensure residential growth occurs in ways that provide quality, affordable housing options that are more accessible to all residents. 2, jobs. Jobs. We must ensure access to jobs for New Haven residents. 30% of New Haven residents are underemployed, 30%. And the potential here for growth is huge, particularly in the medical, bioscience, digital digital health, technology, advanced manufacturing, and construction sectors. We have an $800 million neuroscience center that is coming online over the coming years. And our medical science and biotech industry, with the right nurturing, are poised to explode. And as we all know, any job isn't what's truly going to make a difference in someone's life. It's a career that's important. People don't need 2 or 3 part-time jobs. What people need is one good job. My administration will prioritize job training and career ladders to ensure New Haven residents benefit from our growing industry. 3, education. We must ensure our public schools serve the needs of every child, and not just the academic needs, but the whole child. And parents, please opt into our public schools. Most residents in New Haven don't have a choice between public and private. Every parent wants the best for their child. Together, we can make our public schools the best for every child. My administration, in partnership with Dr. Tracy and the Board of Education, will prioritize those areas with demonstration for success in improving the lives of children. Early childhood education, age-appropriate learning, including play-based learning, quality after-school and summer programs, programs that prepare kids for success in college, and programs that ensure those kids who may not go to college have training and access to a good job after graduation. And 4, safety. We must do all this while ensuring the basic jobs of government gets done. Safe neighborhoods, safe from violence, safe from petty crime, safe from dangerous drivers, reliable municipal services, from potholes to plowing. I like the 1 round of applause for that. Someone needs a pothole fixed. These goals are not easy to accomplish. We're in a budget crisis and must correct course. Our state is experiencing similar pressures. Thousands of residents in our city are facing challenges of extreme poverty and the trauma associated with it. And each of these priorities will take many years for us to accomplish. So how do we get there? First, it's critical that our government be open and inclusive. Data Haven's most recent community report stated that only 34% of New Haven residents believe that government is responsive to their concerns and needs. I mean, think about that. Nearly 2/3 of all New Haveners think their government isn't responsive. Our government must be open and inclusive in the way we conduct our business. I believe our transition team has set the right tone with the level of public inclusion in our work to compile the transition report. I was excited when our transition team felt up to the task of holding so many public meetings, and we were all thrilled when hundreds of city residents attended our first and second public transition meetings. Talk is cheap, but showing up to 2 public meetings to engage with neighbors set a tone and a course for our city, and that's an investment. I thank all of those who have contributed to the transition process. There's hundreds of you. We all give them a round of applause. So we need to ensure our government is open and inclusive. The second way we get there is by holding fast to our values, especially at this time in our nation's history when those values are under attack. We are a city that rejects hate. Today, we see a level of brazen nationalism, anti-Semitism, racism, and divisive rhetoric and actions around the nation. New Haven rejects all forms of hate, period. We will not compromise on this point, and we will call it out when we see it. We are a city that serves as a sanctuary for everyone, regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, economic status, sexual orientation, and immigration status. And under my administration, we will continue to value every person and continue as such a sanctuary. We are a city that cares about our environment. We're in the midst of a climate emergency. And with the lack of leadership in Washington on the greatest challenge facing our Earth in human history, our city must lead the way in valuing the Earth and taking responsibility to address climate change. And we are a city that takes responsibility for the past. We acknowledge the historical inequities that have been created through racism, and will work as a community to undo these harms. The third way to get there, and most importantly, is we must recognize that we're all in this together. We are in this together. We must all work together, and I think we all have some work to do in this area. All too often in this age of social media and anonymous commenting, when people experience adversity and disagreement, they today follow the path of cynicism and least resistance, and to echo Michelle Obama's words, they go low. Let's shake off that negativity and distrust. If we're going to accomplish great things, we have to act like great people. We have to trust each other, are well-intentioned. We have to believe in one another. We have to acknowledge each other's integrity, even when we disagree. And we should be vigilant not to let those few loud negative voices distract us, cloud our focus, or corrupt our vision. We must work together. And that starts with me. I'm here in front of you because you've given me an opportunity to lead this city, to follow my heart, my integrity, and make the right decisions based on the best of my knowledge and my ability. And I expect you to hold me to that. It starts with me and must continue with you. I will work hard to meet your expectations, but our success requires all of us. Success requires my friends on the Board of Alders and the Board of Education to work collaboratively with me as I will with you. Success requires that we not allow small disagreements, which we may have from time to time, drown out the larger goals. Together, we can accomplish our shared goals. I have also served on the Board of Alders, and I know you don't have an easy job. New Haven's success depends on us working together. Success requires a robust partnership with our state delegation and statewide partners, who I know understand that Connecticut can prosper only if it invests in cities like New Haven. I know you haven't always felt valued. You are crucial to this city's success, and I applaud you for the work that you've done over many years to improve this city. And I look forward to working with you, our partners at the state. Success requires our neighbors in surrounding towns to not just work here, dine here, or see a show here, but to view yourselves as a part of the New Haven community, to share that pride and responsibility, to recognize that New Haven provides what New Haven provides to those struggling with substance abuse, what New Haven provides in the number of existing affordable housing units, provides for our homeless, and more and more. And you need to do more in your town and provide more resources to us so that we can all share in these responsibilities. Success requires a positive and strong partnership with Yale University and Yale University Hospital. And it requires both the university and the hospital to think deeply about what it means to be a nonprofit, what it means to be a member of the New Haven community, and commit to doing your part. Our challenges are your challenges. Our home is your home. And success requires the rest of us to be involved, be focused, be patient with the time it takes to get things done. I understand the transition team is going to submit their report soon, and they have a 100-day plan. Now I have 99 days to implement it, so please be patient. Success requires all of us. New Haven has such potential. And that's not just political rhetoric. You all wouldn't be here if you didn't believe in our potential. We are at a defining moment in our city's history. To address our deep challenges, we must grow as a city. Yes, in population, but more importantly, grow as a people, so that we have the collective wherewithal to work together and accomplish what so many think we can't, to ensure that New Haven becomes a place where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. And as I look out at my two daughters, now as in my two daughters, and my parents, I deeply want them to thrive, them to be successful in their lives. And I know my parents deeply want me to be successful in my life. And that feeling is not unique. We all feel that for our families, and our families feel that for us. And I think it's critical that we acknowledge that no matter what you look like, where you come from, what your economic status is, there are people that love you and that you love. And we should connect as a community through our love of each other, because we have the capability to do so much in the city. And I look forward to working with you as a team to accomplish so many challenges and to address these challenges and make our city increase the ability of our city to address the problems and the challenges of so many people. And I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you so much, and onward.